think it was some hyper dunks. They were called Nike hyper dunks. Where did I get them from? I think from like Sports Direct or something like that. So yeah, I remember some a red and white pair. And now I'm playing Kobe sixes, and KDs. I love everything about my city. You know, this is where I grew up. You know, playing for Manchester Magic and going through that path. I love the culture. I love the people here. You know what I mean? It shaped me. It shaped me. Because you know, this is who I am. You know what I mean? Everything I've kind of achieved in my life, and you know, is a testament of from where I grew up. It was it had just gotten built. Like it was probably here for like 2 years before I left. So I played here a few times. From like I think it came when I was like 15 or 16. So I played here. Like one of my last games was here before I went to America. And I got to play with my national team here. So when I played for GB, we had training camp here. So, you know, it was cool just to have somewhere to play like just around the corner from my house, especially for like, you know, your national team. So players, I started watching Kobe and Michael Jordan. So yeah, just definitely those two when I first started watching. It was like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan only. I just loved their mentality, loved how they played, loved how they scored the ball, their athleticism. You know, that's kind of literally how I tried to shape my game. You know, athletic, jumping out the gym, you know, mid-range, 3-point shots. So yeah, definitely those two. And then coaches, I'd definitely say my high school coach to start off with, because he kind of helped me, you know, get into basketball, and you kind of seen the potential there. And then all my coaches from Manchester Magic, there's a bunch of them that have helped me out and supported me. My first England coach, Alan Keane, he was tough. He was probably one of the toughest coaches I've had. So from a young age, he kind of just shaped my mentality. You know, made me solid. You know what I mean? So that when I got to the next level, I was prepared, you know, for the American game, for the European game. So yeah, those, let me think, any others. And then, yeah, all of my American coaches that I've had, each of them are different. Each of them, you know, I learned a new lesson from, had a new experience. So yeah, I can't really single any of the coaches out, but the players I can single out Kobe and Mike for sure. So I haven't revisited any of them just yet, because I've just got home obviously. But Sunnybrow Park was my main one in Gorton, literally down the street from mine. And you know, it was a fun park. It's literally like you know, one of those with the football, and then the basketball with the basketball, and just in a really small place. Yeah, that was my first court. I remember just going there whenever I could after school, wherever it be, to play with my friends. Mainly on my own, honestly. Mainly on my own, because no one really played basketball with me. So yeah, that was my first one. And I'll have to actually need to go back and revisit actually. So yeah, see if it's still there. I'd just say go for it, just to go for it. Like me, I didn't really have much guidance in it. I just know that I loved playing ball. So, you know, once I got into high school, that's all I played. And then, you know, I knew I wanted to get into a team. So just doing everything you can, just to, whether you're asking your parents to, you know, help you find a team, whether you're just trying to figure it out, but just go for it. You know what I mean? Try find your local team, literally your local gyms, wherever it may be, to try and get involved. But yeah, go for it, and then yeah, just keep going, and just try find as much support as you can, just to, you know, help you with getting, whether it be football, basketball, rugby, athletics, you know, wherever it may be. Just yeah, do as much as you can just to try and get involved, and then just keep going, keep at it, you know, because it will happen. Because I had a good route into basketball. You know, I was able to play for one of the best established teams in basketball, Manchester Magic, and I was there from about 12 years old to 16 years old, to 18. Yeah, I was there for like 6 years, and just being in that environment, being around that basketball culture, yeah, definitely helped to shape my career. Honestly, if I wouldn't have gone through that pathway, But basketball's grown hugely here in Manchester. So there's so many different, teams here now. When I was playing, there was only about two teams in Manchester, like in the Premier League. So like now there's a bunch of teams, so just having that expansion is, it's amazing to see, Honestly, I have no idea. Luckily, I have a master's and my degree, but besides basketball, I don't know. Doing something creative. I always did like science in high school and college, and I went over and did it in uni. So maybe something sciencey, something creative like that. But I don't know. I'm like, once I put the ball down, I don't know. I feel like, I might be done. So I feel like there's so much that I would want to do too. There's so much like out there. Now I've traveled and I've seen so much stuff. There's loads. That's what I do want to do a little bit. I want to travel a little bit once I've put the ball down and, just take some time for myself to, explore and experience the world. This is probably the first time in 8 years I'm going to play in front of my family, my friends, everybody that I grew up with is going to get to come and finally see me play after, going and living my American dream. But also, we've just been put into the ENBL, the European Northern Basketball League. So that's a huge opportunity for the city, for the team, going to play into the European competition, just so much exposure. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Definitely the fans are gonna have to come down and watch us. It's a big opportunity. Yeah, so definitely come support the team. It's a big opportunity for Manchester, for the city. So yeah, make sure you come, bring your friends, bring your family. Yeah, come support the team.